Okay, so I'm gonna play some Valkyria Chronicles for you. This is the first time I ever record any gameplay and comment over it, so bear with me and my terrible accent. So this is a very special game for me, one of my favorites all time, definitely. It's released 6 years ago for the PlayStation 3. And this is the re-release for PC, which I'm very happy to see. So let's look through a bit here, the options menu quickly. So this is more or less the same, probably identical to the PS3 version. So the only remark here, I will play with English subtitles and Japanese voices just because that's what I did before. When I put in hundreds of hours literally into this game. English voices are not bad, but yeah, it's just what I'm used to. Good thing here that all the previously released DLC, downloadable content, is available with the PS3 release, and yeah, won't promise anything, but maybe we can get back to this later. Some of these are indeed quite challenging. So let's boot up the game and try to finish a mission here. So, what can I say about myself meanwhile we watch the introduction sequence quickly? So, I've been reviewing games for, well, 7 years or something like that now, on a sort of an amateur level, not doing this as my regular job. Like I've probably said, I haven't been commenting before, so there will probably be people doing this a lot better. Well, I just felt that should I ever do it, it should be with this game, because I think this game has a lot of going for it. It's by no means perfect. I will discuss a lot of the things that are not good, but it definitely does a lot of things very good as well, and it certainly has a sort of cult following. So the movie sequences here, while they still look very good, I think they are not really holding up the same quality as the rest of the gameplay. Now, for a more in-depth report on the PC port, I would recommend an article by Durante today in PC Gamer. I will try to remember to put a link in the description below the video. He discusses all these aspects on a level that I could never match. So this is basically a sort of pictures Europe, and there is something like the Second World War going on. Okay, so now memory is coming back to me here. So in this book you can select missions and movie sequences to play, etc. You might skip some of them. Well, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we have seen the prologue. Here's the introduction sequence. Can I do anything else here? Not really. Can access the menu. Alright, flip through the book here. Let me just check through here quickly. What about here? It's the same menu. I was thinking of the difficulty level, but that's probably coming later. Alright, let's start this episode as well. Now, I should also warn you that if you have not played this before, I highly recommend you to do that instead of watching this playthrough. I might not do a complete playthrough, I won't promise that, but I hope to at least do a few missions from time to time and put it on my channel on YouTube. So, one thing that is, the story overall is not, it's good, but it's not that great. I would not say it's the most, I mean, it's not the aspect of the games that is most involving. The characters, on the other hand, are very memorable, many of them. So yeah, here you see, I guess, understandably, perhaps some could be annoyed by these sort of Japanese style characters, but once in battle, you won't think so much about that. So this, yeah, it was really positively surprised by Sega just a few weeks ago announcing this port, because I think it's a game that really deserved more attention than what it got. Here's another of the main characters, Alicia. One of the better characters, whom we will always use in our squad later. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, well, Kim. Drawing in his book. Solitude. For some reason I remember the voices being better in Japanese, but yeah, I guess this is not so bad. Oh yeah, I was very happy when Sega announced this recently. It's often discussed recently. I was also glad to follow the discussion on NeoGAF. A lot of happy people about this, and there's hope that Sega will convert more titles to PC later. It's a lot of dreams there, and it seems to be selling rather good so far. Let's go to the next episode here. So I've seen these sequences many times. I will not bother so much about it. Like I said, the story is good, but for me it's not the main draw. Instead it's gonna be the gameplay. So it was released 6 years ago, 2008, PlayStation 3. It's calls itself a strategy role-playing game. It's often compared to XCOM series and Fire Emblem, for example. Had 2 sequels on PSP, unfortunately. They are by no means as good as this game, I would say, although they are still good. They have their pros and cons compared with this game. But especially the direct sequel feels somewhat more childish, school environment, etc. But this one was well received, at least by critics. Didn't sell that good. The developers of this game also made one of my other top 5 games of my life, Skies of Arcadia role-playing game for the Dreamcast. And if you know that game, but not this game, you might be able to see some Easter eggs referring back to that fantastic role-playing game. So yeah, this is more of a, we're gonna explore a bit the good and bad aspects of this game while playing. Hopefully I could put up a video once per month or something like that. Don't promise anything. I will try to remember to record when I play. Okay, so now the heat starts to pick up here in the game a bit. I'm gonna have to defend Brule, the hometown here. All these guys. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's one thing. It's not completely clear, but you can actually save mid-mission and yeah, remember to save often. I've heard some reporting on the game crashing, so better be careful, extra careful. Actually, maybe we should even save now because we don't want to view these sequences again. So this is something that was very sort of annoying with the I like this. Did it save? It is save. Well, this was sort of a quite slow procedure on the PS3, as all other loading times. Alright, so let's see now the first sort of non-sequence coming up. Yeah, this looks better. This is really sharp. Okay, so let's see here. So the missions always start with a sort of quick briefing like this. Gotta eliminate Imperial scouts are approaching our home village. So the blue-white flag there, that represents our starting point. The red flag is for the enemies. We're moving in that direction. Take them down as fast as you can. So it's gonna be a grading system in this game. We're gonna be graded after each mission. And basically, to get the good grades, you just have to rush through each mission as fast as you can. Although it's not the most fun thing to do all the time, but it will give us more experience points and money. It will be harder to do if we can select a hard enough difficulty level, but it seems we cannot really choose a difficulty level for this. I think the story missions are sort of always on. You cannot change the difficulty level on those, but on the skirmishes later that will be possible to do. Alright. And you get a number of victory and failure conditions. We have to defeat all enemies. Do not allow Welkin Alicia to die and or 20 turns to pass. So I don't think I've ever had the latter one happen for me, that 20 turns pass or whatever limit it will be. The game does feature a sort of permadeath mechanic, but not for these characters, Welkin and Alicia. So basically they can be taken out if you approach their wounded body. They will not die completely. But if the enemy approaches them, they will typically die. Not the main characters though, Welkin and Alicia. Alright, let's get started here. So it's divided into phases. We're gonna start and then the enemy. Okay. Yeah, okay, so they want to give a guide here. Yeah, so this is explaining the command points. Here, select the unit to move or something. Yeah, okay, this we can discuss later. I remember this. Let's hope. Oh, we don't have. Huh. I was hoping for have some sort of full mouse support here, but this does not feel very good. Did I not set the sensitivity on maximum? Okay, I'll have to check that for the next video. The mouse movement is not so nice. So what you see in the top left corner is my command points. I have 3 of them now. And each of those points will allow me to move a character. So here we have 3 characters, Welkin, Alicia, 2 of the main characters. You see they generate, you see they have on the portrait they have a command point logo. They generate 1 command point each, while this sort of town watchman is just it's just an additional character I could choose to move along with. Let's see, the unit list on the tab key. It's easy to choose there. Can we see also the... Okay, so we're up against 3 enemy scouts. And we have 3 scouts ourselves. Alright, let's start with Alicia, who is one of the best units. So what happens when you select the unit to move is that you get to this sort of third person view. They want us to move up to the sandbags. West keys to move there. This is really smooth and nice. Okay, so what you will see when I start to move now is that the meter at the bottom of the screen starts to deplete. So that sort of limits my movement in 1 turn. Okay, this is... Okay. QE buttons to snap between targets. Enemies will not attack. Okay. fire with space. Okay. Shows when I'm in there. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the sandbags and take cover. And enter target mode by pressing the E key. Alright, so you see this is a sort of randomized system. My bullets will go within that circle. As we level up, that circle will shrink, turning into a dot when we are at maximum level. So do we have any others? Okay, we actually have view of one more over there. But this is also something a little. It doesn't snap that well to the soldiers. I don't know again if that's something to do with my settings here. However, so you see what happens here. I can shoot here. I have 5 shots, but I actually need 7 to kill him. Or I can take a chance to fire towards the head. Then I only need to hit 2. So let's try that. That went well. So he's down. Yeah. End direction with escape. I know this mission quite well, so we can try to advance a bit further. I think these guys could basically not harm me here. Yeah, they're just discussing the sandbags. I already showed you that you can take cover behind them and they are extremely useful. Sandbags are somehow overpowered. There we go. Right, now I have to quit here. It's a bit of a speed element here too. So I got to the sandbag and they are now firing at me. Cover fire. If I end quickly here and stop them firing, then choose to fire with Alicia again. Let's try to take out another one. Alright, let's take this chance again. Yeah. Good. Alright, we have one more over there. Let's try to stand and get close. Whoops, get stuck here. And now I have to end again and get back to Alicia. So what you see now is somewhat the optimal tactic. It's a bit boring perhaps, but let's try here. Yeah, that's it. Let's see if we clear the mission with that. Yep, that's it. That should be a grade A first mission in the first turn. Nope, no more. So this is what happens when you're done. You get ranked, you get experience points and the game's currency, 600 of it. Yeah, so that's basically how it works. And it's gonna become much more exciting in later missions, but for now that's rather good. Let's finish this episode and then we end the stream for today. So just gonna recruit Welkin basically. So you have that risk and reward choices all the time, choosing to fire against the head or the body, which is safer. It went well this time, but yeah, you can be unlucky, and you normally, I would prefer to be much more strategic, playing more of a sort of chess game rather than just rushing like this, but it will be required on later missions for sure. Excuse me. Emotions. So Welkin and Welkin's sister is Sarah. She will play a sort of key role as well. Sort of these three. Basically just more emotions. This part of the game, this countryside, is also, I would say, a bit more dull environments than what it will be later. It is overall an extremely special looking game. Graphics engine is sort of custom, called Canvas. And sadly they only made, as far as I know, one game, which is this one, using this amazing engine. The sequel, they went for a more sort of a cartoony, childish look, in my opinion. Yes. So it's time for full war. So I hope you will enjoy this. We're certainly gonna have much more fun missions later, hopefully. This is sort of me getting a feeling about it. I need to check that mouse sensitivity issue. It feels a bit weird. Also the snapping onto the soldiers, I hope that's just something with my settings. But for now it feels really good to see this logo again. It's very promising, very smooth and sharp. So here, Prologue complete and Chapter 1. But that's gonna be on another video. Let's just save here. Alright, so thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Bye bye.